Morning everyone, hope you are well. So let me know if you're watching live and where you're watching from and what you are up to today. So I'm going live straight into the group. Originally we were going to do this via Zoom, but actually I kind of I just thought it's actually better just to go direct in the group. So I have been a little bit quiet in the group. So we are live. So I have you live on my phone and I also have you live on my desktop as well. Just because some of the questions and bits and pieces don't show up on mobile. So I've got you on desktop as well, just so I can see if anybody is asking any questions. So if you have got any questions as we go along, then please do. So just bear with me while I get everything set up and everything, and then once I'll give you a few minutes to kind of get on, because I dare say there'll be notifications going out to you all. You can jump on. This is going to be available to watch after as well, so if you do have to dash or you can't make the 3 days, then they are going to be available as well. So, or if you miss the beginning or you miss the end, then you can rewatch them as well. So what is the idea of the bootcamp? I run the last time I ran this was in January, and since then I've been extremely busy, which means that I've actually not been in the group. I made a business decision. Actually, my time needed to be spent elsewhere in the business, because the growth that we've had over the last 6 months has been absolutely incredible. So unfortunately, the group just hasn't had my time. But after the boot camp, I launched my social media membership, and that's where I've been dedicating all my time. So we have 60 people in the membership at the moment, and we are just about to launch the next intake as well. So that's kind of where my time has been dedicated, and it's been amazing. It's been absolutely fantastic. We've grown an amazing community. Everybody's learning from it every single day, and I'm absolutely loving it in there as well. And I'm a great believer that I love Facebook groups, don't get me wrong, but you need to have joy from something. And my Facebook group is 7 years old, maybe 6, 7 years old. And I got to the point where it wasn't giving me joy. And that's nothing down to you guys. It's just that I wasn't achieving from the group what I wanted to achieve. And that's why I started the membership up. And the membership is doing exactly what I want to achieve. I'm getting people being consistent. They're getting social media tips, ideas every single day. I'm in the membership every single day supporting people. And that's what I wanted to kind of create, this community. So yeah, the group is massive. I think I've got over 2,000 people in this group. The membership is a lot smaller, but it's not about quantity. It's about quality and how you can give people your time and everything else. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So thank you so much for those that are new to the group and new to kind of working with me from a bootcamp point of view. For those that have known me for a while, if you have kind of been on boot camps and masterclasses with me, some of the stuff you'll hear, some of the stuff will be new, but I'm always a great believer that because social media moves so quickly, you will always learn something new. Plus, I might say something and you might go, oh, do you know what? I forgot about that. Or actually, I need to get back on that as well. So even if you feel, I've had a few people that have messaged me and said, oh, I did your boot camp back in January. Is it worth me doing it again? I always say yes. Do you know what? It's 3 hours, and those 3 hours could make a massive difference to your social media strategy moving forward. So over what's going to happen over the next 3 days. Today, we're going to be talking about, so I'm a social media expert, social media psychologist and strategist. I'm also a certified business strategist as well. And what we're going to be doing over the next 3 days is looking at how you can maximize those areas in your business. So we're going to be looking at your business. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at your social media and where you need to position yourself. And then on Wednesday we're going to be looking at content. So it'll all kind of build together. And as I said, you'll be able to rewatch these back in in the group as well, so that they're going to be there for you as well. So for those that haven't met me before, I'm Sam. I'm the owner of this group. I decided to run the bootcamp in this group rather than Zoom, mainly for the reason being is I just wanted to make life easier for everybody, and I'm a great believer in, making life easy and really, really simple. So originally we were going to run it all on Zoom, and then we decided actually let's just go live in the group, and let's just do it there, because then people can find the recordings really, really easily. And if you want to add people, if after today, if you want to add people that that have got a business that are struggling with their social media, because I can guarantee you they will be, because this is a massive thing, and this is why I love what I do, because everybody I work with go from having this, I'm not consistent, I'm not sure what I'm doing, I don't know what platform are, they start working with me in one form or another and go, do you know what? You've really helped me. I'm getting what I need to get out of this. So if you know somebody, get them in the group so that they can watch this one on the replay, and they can catch up with tomorrow and Thursday as well. I keep forgetting it's Tuesday today. So just to also just give you a little bit more background about me, because I think knowing more about people is so important, because that's one of the things that is a real good foundation for any social media, is people by people. So you need to make sure that you are coming across as you, and more people know who you are as well. So if you have got any questions as we go through, then please pop them in the chat here, and I will answer them either as we go along, or I'll go through at the end and answer questions as well. Okay, so I'm a mum of 5. I'm a social media expert, as I explained. I have a social media agency, well, social media and marketing and digital agency as well. I also have an accredited social media academy where people join, and then they leave with a certification as a social media specialist as well. So we kind of have there's a bigger business than just me actually showing people how to use their social media and everything from there. So what we're going to be looking at today is kind of, the thing is with a lot of people, they kind of go, oh, do you know what? I don't know what I'm doing with my social media. And normally what happens is they don't know what they're doing with their social media because they actually don't know what they're doing in their business. And unless you know what's going on in your business, it's really hard to put a social media plan or strategy in place. So what we're going to be looking at today is actually looking and taking a little bit of a deep dive into your business. And I get all of my clients to do this because I think it is so important, and it makes the next bit, which we're going to be kind of looking at tomorrow and Thursday, a lot simpler. Plus, it actually gives you some kind of outline of what you want to do. So one of the things that I find with a lot of business owners is they don't have a plan. They don't have a 5-year plan, they don't have a 3-year plan, they don't have a 12-month plan, they don't have a quarterly plan, they don't even know what they're doing next month. And I'm not somebody that says that you've got to have a 6-figure business to have a successful business. Every single business is successful as long as you know what you are doing in your business, how you are moving forward in your business, and that you are making a profit. Okay, and that is the key thing. It's about making profit, because a 6-figure income business can make just as much profit as somebody that is earning 5 figures in their business as a turnover. All right, it's how we do that, and that's what I'm all about. It's about making a profitable business, because if you're not making profit in your business, what is the point? All right, what are you doing it for? I speak to so many people when I say to them, okay, what are you charging for this? How many of these are you doing? And when we actually work it out, they're earning less than minimum wage, and they're working longer hours as well. So it's about having this balance, and it's really important to have that balance. So one of the things that I always say, and this is a really, really good exercise to do, I'm not saying go out and write a 5-year plan, because at the end of the day, that doesn't happen overnight. That's something that you have to sit down, but you need to know what direction your business is going in. I have a 5-year plan, I have a 3-year plan. We know exactly what I want to do in the business next year, and we know exactly what's happening in the business for the rest of this year as well, okay? And it's really important to have that, because those goals help me align with reference to the strategy of what we want to do. Because if I know what I'm doing in my business in September, October, November and December, I know what my social media strategy needs to be for this month August, September, October, November. And I'm not sitting there panicking thinking, oh my God, I don't know what content I'm putting out. So it's really good to have a plan and know what you're doing in your business. But you might be thinking to yourself, well, I don't even know where to start from there. So one of the things I always say is think about what you want to earn in your business, okay? Whether it be this year or whether it's next year, all right? And by doing that, what you then establish is how you break that down. Because if you know that so let's pluck a figure out of the air, for example, and you want to kind of go, right, okay, this is my business. I want to earn 30 grand in 2024, okay, or 2025, whichever you want to do. It's okay to actually start focusing on your business for next year massively. It's not a problem at all. A lot of people will kind of go, well, we're only halfway through 2024. You need to be a step ahead all the time because things are changing all the time. So you need to make sure you're one step ahead. So let's say, for example, you want to earn £30,000 in a year in your business. You need to establish whether that is profit or whether that is turnover. Now, a lot of businesses, especially if we work for ourselves, what we'll kind of do is we'll go down the list and we'll go, right, okay, I need to pay all my bills. That's that much. I need to pay for nice things that we have as a family. So it might be after school clubs, or it might be treating the children to something, or it might be holidays. So that's how much I need to set aside each month for that. And then it might be things that you're spending in your business. So all your expenses, you know, systems that you're using. It might be that you are a part of a mastermind or you do networking. So what you would do is you'll kind of look at your whole business, work out every single month what your outgoings are. So all your bills, all your outgoings, everything in your business. And you do that as a round sum. Then what you need to think to yourself is you then need to think about your tax. If you're VAT registered, you need to think about putting your VAT aside. You need to then think about if something happened in your business and you couldn't work, are you putting money aside each month to cover that? I'm a great believer in always having 6 months income put aside if you can. Now that isn't something that every business can do, but imagine, so let me give you a little bit, let me work this back a little bit. If you said to yourself, right, in order to cover all my bills and all my expenses in my business, I need £3,000. Now, if you're earning £3,000 a month from invoices and everything else coming in, it's more than likely that you need to then put 20% away each month. If you can, anything from 10 to 20% each month to cover your tax, your national insurance, okay? That's what I do. Every single month, 20% goes away, all right? Because then that covers all my VAT goes away, and then I make sure I'm covering my tax as well. So you need to think to yourself, if you weren't able to work tomorrow, who would be paying those bills? So you need to kind of think to yourself, do you have a plan B in your business that you have this residual income that would still be coming in even if you couldn't work? If you haven't, how would you survive for 3 to 6 months? Because if you were going to be off, that's normally the amount of time that you're going to. And don't think it won't happen. It happened to me. I had to take 18 months out of my business back in 2021. Now, thankfully, I built my business up to a point where I had a really good following. Not thousands of people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a loyal following that were there still kind of buying the products that they could buy from me, which were online things that I didn't have to be part of. They were already there. And that part of my business helped me bring in an income every single month. Okay. Wasn't a huge amount, but it enabled me. Just bear with me a moment because I keep wanting to sneeze. Just bear with me a sec. So I don't sneeze in the camera. I think hay fever is really bad this morning because I'm really congested all here. So with that, because I was off for 18 months. So for 18 months, I didn't have a huge income come in, okay, compared to what I had the year before. So my income literally dropped by 60%. But what it enabled me to do, having all those things in place already, I still had an income coming in. Now, if I didn't have those products and services in place where I didn't need to be there face to face, people could just actually access them and I could be behind the scenes, I'd have nothing coming in unless I'd actually put money aside, okay? So you need to make sure that you have a backup plan as a business owner. If you work for someone, you have that backup plan, because if you were off sick, you'd get some kind of sick pay, or depending on who you work for, they might be a little bit more flexible. So we need to make sure that we are protecting ourselves. So when you think about all your expenses and everything that comes out of your bank account every single month, and check your bank accounts every single month as well, just to see if there are things coming out that shouldn't be coming out. Okay, I do mine every single month, and I can always guarantee there'll be a subscription that I've cancelled and they've not cancelled at their end. Okay, so you need to make sure every single month you're going through, do I use this? Am I using that? For example, if you are if you're away for a long period of time, so I'm away in August, so I will look at all the platforms that I use in August that I pay monthly for, and kind of go, well, actually, do I need to be paying for that in August if I'm not going to be using it? It might only be £6, 10 quid, but it all adds up. I saw someone on socials yesterday saying that they did a little bit of a check, and they literally came across about 50 quid worth of stuff. Can you imagine if you add that up over a year? All right, it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, and you need to kind of be doing these things. Anyway, so you've got all of your expenses that are coming out every single month. You need to put aside your money for your tax, and please do that, all right? Because there is nothing worse than somebody going, right, by the way, on the 31st of January, you've got to pay X amount of money, and you go, shit, I haven't got that money. Where am I going to get that money from? And then panic happens, okay? So always be one step ahead. I love little spaces and pots that I have. So I have like a plum account and Starling Bank, and then now I have spaces. I have spaces for absolutely everything, all right? And each month I put money aside into those. I put money aside for Christmas. I have Botox and fillers, so I put money aside for those. I put money aside for my hair. Every 12 weeks I have my extensions done. You know, I'd rather put them, I can afford to go in and go, there you are, there's 300 quid for my hair. But actually, if every 3 months, if I put £100 away every single month, when I get to come do my hair, I just go, do you know what, money's in the pot, I can pay for it. I have my nails done every 6 weeks. I put money aside every single month for my nails as well. So, and there's things in my business, I put my tax away, I put my VAT away, I have memberships that I pay for annually, so each month I put stuff away. My hosting for my website, I put that away because I pay for that annually as well. So all of these things that you pay for annually, I even pay for my driving, my car insurance annually. But what I do is I put the money aside monthly. Now I can pay for it monthly, but I pay more for it. So why don't I just put it aside monthly anyway, and then just pay it all in one go and save myself a little bit of money? So again, all of these things that you have coming out of your bank account, and they are like lump sums, make sure you kind of go, well, actually, could I put stuff aside? So once you've done all of that, what you then need to do is you need to add on some lovely money, okay? I couldn't call it lovely money because these are things that are going to give you the nice things in life. So I normally say to people, they turn around to me and say, well, I want to earn £3 a month. I say, right, we're going to do 5, okay? Because 3's a nice number, but that's just covering all your bills, all right? You want to have the nice things. What if you wanted to go and buy yourself a nice outfit? What if you saw that there was a nice event that you wanted to go on, or a nice retreat? Wouldn't it be nice to have that extra money coming in, that you could start building a nice pot of profit to then kind of go, do you know what? I want to go on that retreat. I can afford to do it because I've got the money in there. So when you are thinking about what you want to earn, I want you to add some little lovely money. We're not going to just go, right, this is the £3 that we're going to earn each month to pay for everything. We're not just going to go from that to £5. What we're going to do, we're going to go, right, okay, month 1, I'm earning £3 every single month. But then what I'm going to do next month, I want to earn 3.5, or it might be 3,250. You decide how you want to increase that each month, okay? And then what will happen is, over time, you'll get to that nice figure where you've got the lovely money coming in, but it will happen gradually. But what we need to do, we need to work that back, because it's all right us plucking a figure out of the air and going, okay, I want to earn £3 and I want to get it up to 5, but how do we do that? So we need to work back around how we do that. So this is this is a really simple way to do it. So what I'm just going to do, let me just check the comments on here, and let me just check to see if we've got any comments. Oh, I'm looking on the computer, so just bear with me a sec, because they're not all coming up. And I can't see them on the mobile either. Let me have a look and see. No, they're not coming on there. So let me, just bear with me a sec. I'm literally just going to go into this live and see if they come up that way. Ah, yes, I've got them now. Okay, so morning everyone for saying good morning. Yeah, feel free to tag people in the bootcamp as well, because what will happen is if they're in the group, they'll get a tag. If they're not, they'll get an invite to join the group, okay? But you might just want to message them and just say, look, I've just done this amazing bootcamp with Sam this morning. You need to be watching this as well. Marky said, I have so many accounts. Yeah, it's amazing how they kind of all build up. Right, okay, so what we need to do, we need to work back. So when you have this figure in your head around what you need to earn, you need to break that down each month, okay? Because you need to be thinking to yourself, how am I going to do that? So let me give you an example. Then I'll give you my business, for example. So if I said this month, I want the business to earn 20 grand. Okay, £20,000 turnover. How are we going to achieve that? So we'll break it down into all the services and the products that we have. So we've got our social media agency, digital agency. So that's bringing in one amount. Okay, so that I'm looking up on my wall up here because this is where I've got all my figures. I write all my figures down every single month. What is coming in, what the pipeline is, what the projection is, what we want to achieve. So my target for this month is 20k, okay? Now with all the projection that I've put in, I'm actually at 19,100, all right? So it's like, where's the extra 900 going to come from? So how I've broken that down is we've got social media management and the digital agency. That comes in at around £10,000 each month, all right? That is a residual income that we pretty much have every single month. Then what I then have is we bring on new social media management clients each month. So we aim to bring on 3 every single month. So that's adding to that pipeline as well. I've launched my social media academy. So what I said is I wanted a minimum of 10 people signing up for that. Now the launch price of that is £500. So that's another 5,000. Okay, so we've got that 5,000 added to what we've already got there. So that's 15. Then I've got my Elevate event in November. So I want to sell sponsorship and tickets. That's another £2,000. And then I've got my strategy day in September. So we've got 3 spaces left on that. So that's roughly 9. Well, I think that's 2. Have we got 3 spaces left? Yeah, we've got 3 spaces left because we've just sold a space. So the spaces for that are £250 each. So that's another £1,000. Then I have my Social Mind, which is my social media mastermind, which I'm opening up spaces for September. So we're launching that already because the launch price finishes at the end of August. So we want people in. So I anticipate to get 2 people signing up this month, ready to start in September. And then I've got various trainings that people will buy. So I have a program that people can just plug into and buy. I normally will do around 10 of those a month. And then I've got like my Facebook ads training, and then I do other training. So I do power hours and training days and things like that. So by blocking that all out, that has mapped me out to 19,100. But my target is 20. So it's then thinking, okay, where's the extra 900 coming from? And that might be, we get more clients coming in for social media management. It might be a training program. Actually, it might be a speaking gig as well, because I charge for speaking now. So it's making sure by mapping it out, I can then go, right, okay, so our target's 20k. We're actually on target for doing the 19. So we've got that gap to bridge. So when it comes to the end of the month, like the last few days, I can go, right, okay, where am I going to find that £1,000? Do I get more people signing up to the academy? I need 2 people to sign up to my academy. So I can go through all my lead generation and follow-ups. Or it might be someone signing on for the mastermind. Or because we're relaunching the, did I put the membership? No, I haven't put the membership down either, because we're relaunching the membership this month as well. So it might be that because we're relaunching the membership, we're doing a year's access to the membership for £300, which is a saving of 170 quid. So it might be that we actually get 10 people signing up for that, which will mean we smash our 20k. So by having this pipeline broken down, it gives you an idea of what you kind of want to earn and how you're going to earn that. So it's a really good idea to write down all the products and services that you offer and how many you want to do and what is, and think of it as achievable as well. I know a lot of people will say, oh, are you thinking too small? So for example, I put 10 people down to sign up for the launch of the Academy. Well, actually, I could have put 20, but I want to be realistic with myself, because if I'm launching the membership and the Academy and then I'm doing this and I'm doing that, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but I've also mapped it out that I'm going to achieve my financial goal for this month. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I'm not being in too much of a comfort zone as well by only saying, oh, well, actually, if I have 5 people sign up, that's achievable and I've hit my goals. Yes, but I want to push myself a little bit more. And to be fair, we've only got 3 spaces left to fill those 10. So we'll more than likely do more than that for the Academy. And that's perfectly fine. That's not a problem. But you want to be able to set goals that, one, are achievable, but mostly just pushing you a little bit. Not too much, because if you push yourself too much, it's just stress city. And that's not what it's all about. So once you've broken everything down, so if we now look at my pipeline, so we've got, the 10 coming in from, I'm going to write this down because otherwise I forget. So how are we achieving that? So we've got the 10 coming in from social media management. We'll bring on new clients as well. So we've got also the Academy, which is 5. We're going to sell sponsorship and tickets for Elevate, which is another 2. Then we've got the strategy day at 1. Various trainings and stuff, just put at 500. Then we've got the mastermind, my social mind at 2, because we're going to get 2 people sign on for that. And then we've got the membership. Okay, so when I break that all down, that gives me 15, 17, 18, 19, 22. We're looking at around 22 and a half. Okay, that's kind of where I think we will end up this month. All right, and that's nice because it's over succeeding what I said, but also it's just giving me that buffer, because August, I'm away for the whole of August. Doesn't mean that I take my foot off the gas, not at all, because when we look at August, again, what we're going to be looking at is bringing on new social media management clients, because we always get a massive influx in August because people want to start in September. We're going to still be pushing the Academy. We're still going to be pushing the places for the mastermind, the social mind, because I take 10 people on. And if I sell 2 in July, I've got another 8 for September. Then we're going to be pushing tickets still for the Elevate. We'll still push tickets if they're still available for Strategy Day. If not, we'll start promoting the one in January. And then we'll still be pushing trainings and things like that. So we'll still have this income coming in. But because I know what I'm doing, I know exactly what my cash flow is each month. All right. And I kind of go to myself, okay, are people going to be buying in August? Yes, they are. I always find August is a really, really good month for me, even though my target audience are businesses. A lot of them will have children. You'll be amazed at how many people will buy my ultimate guide, because they're like, well, actually, I'm off with the kids. I haven't got lunches to think about, haven't got school runs to think about. So I'm getting a little bit of time back. So I've got time to do some training on social media and see where I need to go. So it's really important to kind of factor that all in. So where are we going now? Now that you've kind of looked at where your business is and what you want to earn, how do you turn that into your social media content? Well, because you now have this mapped out and you know exactly what you're doing each month, you now know what your social media content is going to be. So for example, our plan for this month was a huge push on the Academy, okay, because we want to make sure we're filling those 10 spaces. And it was a huge push to get people into the masterclass to hear about what the Academy was all about. And then after the masterclass, it was pushing it out with the Academy. Then we're always putting content out about becoming a social media management client. And we also have a separate business page for that as well. that has a big campaign that runs on that, and we also run Facebook ads that go in line with that as well. Then we are pushing have you got your ticket yet for Elevate? Plus we're also mentioning the speaker sponsorship packages that we've got 2 headline packages that we've just released, so we've put those out as well. Then we want to make sure that we're talking about the strategy. So I have this long list, because I have my list up here on my wall telling me exactly what I want, where my income's going to come in. That's my social media content. Because if I don't talk about it and I don't mention it on my social media platforms, people aren't going to buy it. All right, because that's a lot of information to retain. If you think my client for the academy is a completely different client to my membership or my mastermind or my strategy day, okay, so I have to make sure that I'm getting this clear message across as well, and getting it out on my socials, getting it out on reels, getting it out on stories, making sure it's all across my platforms as well. So by having a strategy, what it does, it takes that pressure off, because I haven't then got to think to myself, oh, well, I don't know what I want to talk about today. What am I talking about? So I will have a plan, and I use Trello for this as well. And I love using Trello to kind of plan everything. And this is something that I do with all my members as well. And we have a monthly planning session every single month. And in that, we get our Trello boards open, or if they use Asana on Monday, and we start planning our social media for that month as well. We break everything down. We plan what our social media is. And Trello boards are really handy for this, because you can move things around in there. If you haven't come across Trello, it's like an organization platform, which is really good. It's accessible on desktop. It's brilliant on mobile. So you can kind of use it on the go. And what you do is you create like a checklist. So for example, we will have a Trello board, which is social media content. And in that content, we will have each month. And then in each month, we break it down to weekly. And then each week we go Monday through to Sunday. And then we break down what the social media content is going to be. Now, the great thing is with that is everybody, if you've got a team or you've got a social media management company looking after you, everybody knows what they're doing. The other best thing about it is as well, if your content is going to be the same pretty much every single month, you can just copy and paste it and move it over where you need to have it moved as well. So what we do is we create this Trello board that's generating lots of different content for me that will basically be talking about, right, okay, we've got stuff for social media management, we've got stuff for the academy, we've got stuff for the membership, we've got stuff for Elevate, and all we need to do is just use that and repurpose it and recycle it, so that we're making sure that we're getting that message out as well. Because you don't have to create 365 pieces of content. But one of the things that I do is I have this plan where, especially with Facebook, and more with LinkedIn as well, where I'll post more than once a day. It's normally 2 to 3 times a day. So I want to make sure that all my posts are leading into the same thing. Or it might be on the same day I'm talking about, right, okay, you can buy my Facebook ads training here, but actually have you signed up for this? Or did you know that this is happening? Or are you doing this? Or are you doing that? So it's about having this strategy. And then I have all my ideas in there as well. So any social media ideas I have, these are also in my Trello board, because I can't keep them all up here. I'll think of something this morning and 5 minutes later, you can guarantee I have forgotten it. So it is making sure that you have somewhere where you can dump your ideas as well. Or it might be that you see an idea from somebody and you need to make sure that you are kind of capturing that idea and you're writing it down. So yeah, so using, I'm just checking we haven't got any more like new comments or questions or anything. Yeah, it's making sure that you've got all of these ideas written down so that you've got content every single day. All right, then you need to think about what platforms you're going to be on, and we're going to be talking about that tomorrow, what platforms you should be using as well, and why you should be using them and why you shouldn't be using them. All right, and then what you need to be doing on each platform to kind of give you that consistency as well. But you need to think first of all what you want to earn, how you're going to earn it, how you're going to break that down, and then how you're going to build that into creating a strategy as well. Because one of the things that a lot of businesses forget is that being consistent doesn't mean just putting any old content out there, okay? If you want to throw mud at the wall, that's perfectly fine, but it's not going to generate an income for you, okay? It will get you consistent, it will get you in front of people, but unless you have a strategy around what you're doing and you're telling people around what you do and what you have to offer them, they're not going to buy from you. So there's this element that you need to build up this trust with you, but you need to be telling people what you do as well. And on Thursday, what we'll be talking about is how you pull your content together, because this isn't about just selling to people. This is about giving it your post, your content, your messaging a twist, so that actually what you're going to be doing is you're going to get people stop scrolling, and then they're going to click on the content, and then they're going to sign up for what you need to do. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well, because that's what I do with a majority of my posts. And I can guarantee from those posts, I get people signing up. Yes, I do the sales kind of typical post. You know, this is what I'm offering. This is what you get, where you're going to get it, how you can get it. They're fine, but you need to bring other posts in as well. All right. And just remember, not everybody sees what you're doing. So please don't presume that just because you're on social media and you have a following of thousands of people, they know every single day what you're doing, because they don't. All right. And this is why we need to keep telling people. In fact, you know, it's 27 times that we have to have these touch points across our social media so that people are knowing what we're doing and seeing what we're doing and everything else. So you might be thinking to yourself, dear God, I've got so much that I need to do, but I want to help you create this really simply. And it can be done really simply. And today is about going away and actually going, do you know what? I get what you're saying now. This is so easy, because I've broken down exactly. Go and have a look and see what you need to earn to cover all your bills. Go and have a look and think to yourself, okay, it'd be really nice to do this each month, and I would love to be able to do this. Or it might be that you just want that holiday each year, or it might be that you want a new car. So for example, we went out and brought a new kitchen on Saturday. This is my ADHD brain. So Saturday morning, I opened up the fridge and went, the fridge needs cleaning. Shall I get someone in to clean it while we're away in August? And I went, no, we'll just get a new kitchen instead, because that's easier. So we went to Wren and we've brought a new kitchen. Okay. Now we were like, okay, what's the kitchen going to cost? That's fine. That's not a problem at all. Then they turned around and said, well, actually, we can give you 0% finance. Well, actually, I'll keep the money in the bank and you can do the 0% finance for us. And that's what we've done. But we've, over time, because we eventually want to get the kitchen done, we put money each month into a plum account, okay, and we save up. So when we have all our lovely holidays, we put money each month into the plum account. And this might be what you want to do. You might want to think to yourself, I want a new kitchen, or actually I'd like to upgrade the car, or I would like extra holidays each year. So just put little bits away each month to actually help you establish that. And that's what this little nice extra money is going to help you kind of do. It might just be the simple thing that you just want to go to the cinema once a week, or you might want to get Merlin passes for the kids so that you can take them to Alton Towers and Thorpe Park. Could be the smallest little thing, could be the biggest thing, but just give yourself that personal goal, because when you're in your business and all you're doing is earning money to pay your bills, honestly, it gets tedious. When you're earning money that then pays for the nice holidays, or it pays for a day out, or it pays for a nice event, or it pays for a nice retreat, your business changes massively, because it spurs you on to do something. There's a retreat I want to go on next year. It's 1,500 quid. Now, I could say to myself, okay, that's fine. It's a business retreat. I could take the money out of the business account and I could pay for that. But actually, what I could do is actually go, well, that's 1,500 quid. Let's bring £1,500 worth of business in, and then that pays for it, because I feel like it's kind of giving me that incentive to do that. So think about all those things that you want to do. You know, when was the last time that you saw someone at an event or were doing something and you said to yourself, oh my God, I'd love to do that. I really would love to do that. You can do it. You've just got to look at a way of doing it and bringing on that more business. But don't overwork yourself, okay? If you're already at that max capacity of working those many hours, Don't say to yourself, well, if I work an extra 10 hours, I'll be able to, that money will come in and then I'll be able to afford that. Because what will happen is that will burn you out. What you need to be doing is looking at your business, look at what products and services you offer, and what could you be offering that could bring that extra money in that isn't actually going to take much more of your time. Could it be that you need to do a price increase? When was the last time you did a price increase? Had this conversation with a client a couple of weeks ago. They haven't done a price increase for 3 years and they are charging way under what they should be. You know, and I said, look, from the 1st of September, I want you to put your prices up. And she was like, I can't do that. I went, why? I just can't. I went, okay, I'll do it for you. I'll write the post. I'll put the post out for you because then you're not doing it. I'm doing it. And she's like, okay, let's do it. And that's sometimes what we need to do. We just need that little push. We need to look at things sometimes. So think about what you are charging. Are you undercharging? Because pricing is a really interesting thing. You don't want to be too cheap, but you don't want to be too expensive. And you've got to kind of find that thing in the middle as well. Because we do always look at things and go, is this value? Is this value for money? You know, I get told all the time, oh, Sam, your mastermind's too cheap or your academy's too cheap. It's not. Okay, I want to provide a service that is offering value, which it does, but it's affordable for people for them to achieve. And yes, I could charge more, but I don't want to. Okay, that is what I'm happy with. It's not, you know, I wouldn't say, I mean, at the moment, my social mind is £1,000 for 3 months working with me on a one-to-one basis. That does go up in September because this is the launch price that I've done for it. But I wouldn't say that that is overly expensive and I wouldn't say it's cheap. I think it's actually right because I did my market research and I always do my market research before, and I play around with things as well because at the end of the day, when I launch something, I want to make sure the pricing is right for my audience, okay? And if people can't afford the mastermind, then there are things that they can come in because I've created these products in my business and services where people can slot in anywhere because I have something for everybody. If your budget is 0, I have something for you. If your budget's 50 quid, I have something for you. If you can stretch to £40 a month, I have something for you. So it's about having something for everybody and understanding who your audience are. And that's what this exercise actually allows you to achieve, because then you can kind of go, right, okay, so am I going to just be targeting 10% of my audience, or do I want to target 100% of my audience? So it's making sure you've got products and services in your business that you can target absolutely everybody. Because if all I did was run an agency where I offered social media management, that's great, but that's a very, very small percentage of my audience that can have that budget each month for someone else to do their social media for them. So I then have to think, okay, what about the people that aren't there in their business yet, or people that want to do it themselves, or feel that they need that support? What can I offer them? And that's why I have the training programs that people can plug into. That's why I have the membership, because it's working with people, you know, every single day to help them achieve, but it isn't one-to-one, it's more group, but they're getting what they need to. And then when people want that little bit more, they can have that little bit more of me as well. So think about how people access you and how they can access you more and how they can access you more. Is it a case that you can actually create a product that's like a many-to-many? So you create it and you put it out there and anybody can download it and use it and it's not taking up any of your time, but it's earning you money? Or is it a product that actually it's for a select few and you need to think about it? So why do I only take on 10 clients for my social mind? Because when I do my mastermind with people, they get an hour of me one-to-one each month. So that's 10 hours a month that I need to factor in to do these one-to-ones. If I haven't got 10 hours in a month, then I can't do 10 people. If I've got 20 hours, I could possibly do 20, but because of everything else they get, I like doing 10. 10's a nice number for me. It's manageable. When I offer access to me, which is 7 days access to me via WhatsApp, I only do 5 at a time, because doing 5 at a time is nice because I've got people messaging me constantly on WhatsApp. So I have to go back to those messages. If I've got 20 people doing that, that's exhausting. So you need to know what your limits are as well with your business. but you need to have this balance that it's going to earn you the income, give you your nice little lovely money. Okay, so think about factoring that in, even if it's just a couple of £100 to start off with, then grow it. It might be that you go, right, okay, I'm going to do 200 this month, 200 next month, 200 next. By the end of the year, you could be going from earning £3,000 a month to just over £4,000 a month. What a massive difference that is. Okay, so think about how you can do that as well. So yeah, so all of these things you need to kind of factor in. All right, so have we got any questions? Let's have a look. I'm just going to check that I've covered all my notes and I'm answering all the questions. If you are watching this on a replay, pop your questions in the thread below as well, because I will then see it as well. Okay, so we need to make sure we're being consistent. All right, and one of the problems that happens when we're not being consistent, people will watch social media trainings and they'll go, oh my God, yeah, I'm ready to go and do this. And they'll be told to do this, do this, do that, be here, be there, do this, be on this platform, you need to do this, you need to do that. And they'll go away all energetic. And then for 2 weeks, they'll do that. And then they'll go, God, this is really hard work. I'm spending so much time doing this. I've had no business from it. I'm not doing this anymore. And they stop and they fall out of love with their social media. And that's not what I want you to do, okay? What I want you to do is continue and continue, because social media works, okay? A huge percentage of my business comes from social media because it works, okay? I walk the walk, I talk the talk, and that's what I want you to do as well. So when we are becoming consistent, it's about doing it in a gradual way rather than just going full in and doing from there. So when we talk tomorrow about the social media platforms, this isn't going to be about being everywhere. This is about breaking it down so that you've got the right time, you've got the content that you've got the right content going out as well. And we want to make sure that we're doing all of this, because I want you to stop throwing mud at the wall. And I want you to go from being really overwhelmed to really visible. Okay, and that's what we're going to kind of achieve over these next 3 days. And it's to this point where, you know, I had someone turn around to me once and say, God, it's like you've thrown up all over your social media, because you are literally everywhere. And that's fine. I don't mind if people think that I vomited on my social media. I want people to be sick of seeing me, because that shows that I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm getting that clear message across. You know, tell me in the comments if you would love to sell something every single day. All right. And I'm not someone that is about putting bullshit on social media. I can't bear any of this. Oh, my client made 20 grand from their launch by working with me. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You need to keep it real. Okay. But this morning alone, I've had 3 people sign up. So I've had someone sign up for a Facebook ads, and this was before 9 o'clock. I'm going to say 9ish, might have been before, but I checked my phone at 9. So I've had someone sign up for a Facebook ads training. I've had someone sign up for my ultimate guide, social media training. And I've had someone sign up for the academy. Okay, that's just for today. Every single day I have somebody signing up for something, and it's all paid. I'm not talking about free stuff. It's something that is paid. So every single day I have money coming into my business, whether it is 19 quid, £47, £37, £400, £1,000. And that's what I want you guys to have. I want you to have money coming in. What would that mean to your business if someone was signing up to something of yours every single day and you had a little email saying so-and-so's just paid you, you've just had this come in, this has gone into your Stripe account, your Stripe account has just paid you this. It's great, because it also means that you've got a nice cash flow throughout the month as well. And that's what I want you to do. All right. So we're going to be talking about simplifying and how we simplify your social media over the next couple of days. All right. So we've looked at services. All right. So we've looked at what you're going to be doing and offering as a service. We've talked about intention. All right. So what are you going to be doing what is your intention to help you earn that money you want to earn each month, and what's going to be your lovely money? All right. Write down in the group what you would love. Okay. What would you love to do in the next 6 months? Okay. Not in your business, in your personal life. All right. What would you love to do? And then think about how much that would cost to do and how much a month you need to save in order to do that. It could be something on your bucket list. It could be that you want to go on a holiday. You haven't had a holiday for a year. It could be absolutely anything. It could be that you want to go and have Botox or your lips done, or you want to go and have your nails done. It could be that you've seen an outfit or a bag or a pair of shoes or a pair of trainers. Think about what you want to have. And I love having the intention, because what I want you to do is get into a habit of doing it, because even when you get to a point, so if you are someone that is sat there now going, well, if I want a holiday, I go and buy that holiday. If I want a new pair of trainers, I go and buy it. Flip your thinking into this intention thinking, because what I want you to think about is, I never think to myself, right, I'm just going to go and buy that. I have this intention of, what do I want to do? So next year, I want to get invisible braces. Okay, my top ones are okay, but my bottom ones have moved slightly from, I had braces as kids, so I want to get the bottom ones done. So I know how much it's going to cost me, so I'm putting that money aside at the moment so that I can go and have it done. Could I go and pay for it all in one go? Yes, I could, but that doesn't incentivize me. Okay, that's not the kind of person I am. I like the intention of going, right, when have I got time in my life to go and have these done? How much is it going to cost me? What do I need to put aside each month in order for that to happen? And that's what I want you to do, because when you get into that way of thinking, it's so lovely. It really is, because it gives you that kind of excitement. So even put in the group what your intention is. We're going to be looking at what our media is. Okay, we're going to be talking about platforms, and we're going to be talking about how we leverage that, and the images, and how we can incorporate images. And then the important thing is our content, okay, because we need to make sure that we're getting our messaging right as well. So these are all the things that we're going to be talking about over the next couple of days. All right, so tomorrow we're going to be looking at platforms, and then Wednesday we're going to be talking about messaging and content as well. So if you can't make them live, don't worry, it's not a problem, because as I said, you can join on the replay, or if you know somebody that would love and really gain from this, just add them. Okay, and if you've loved today, let me know as well. And if you have any questions, now's your time, because we've got 10 minutes or so, so I'm happy to answer any questions. So I'm going to go through the chat here. So let's have a look and see what we've got on the chat. So Heloisa said, I want to buy a new camera this year. Fantastic, I love that. So write down how much that camera is going to cost you. Okay, maybe make a Canva graphic out of it, stick it on your wall. Do you know when you go to the school fetes and or the hospitals, and they have those little thermometers where they're raising money and you fill up the thermometer? Have something like that where you're kind of going, right, okay, this month I'm going to put that money aside. This month I'm going to be putting this aside. And think about what your goal is, because the thing is, when I know cameras aren't cheap, especially when you are a professional photographer. So again, when you know how much that's going to cost you, you can then go, right, okay, if I want to put, let's say £500 a month aside, what do I need to do in order to earn that £500? If it's something that's going to take more time or hours, how do I do that? Heloise is actually one of my mastermind clients. She's actually in the social mind, and we actually sat down and we've worked all this out, and I'm sure she won't mind me sharing this with you, because it is actually all over her socials. What we've done is we've created a membership out of her mini photo shoots. I had a mini photo shoot done with her earlier this month, and they are such a success. She sells them out every single time. So now what she's done, she's creating a membership from them. So for £70 a month, you can sign up for this kind of, you can get your photos done 3 times a year. And it's amazing how powerful photographs are as well when it comes to your socials, to getting you visible. So what we did was we took one of her products, and we've actually maximised it so that it's actually bringing in more. So what we've done is we've got pod 1 of the membership at the moment, okay, and that will be filled. Then what we'll do is we'll work together to get pod 2. And then once pod 2, we'll move on so that we're creating all these little pods of mini shoots that are paying her £70 a month. And that's where you want to kind of get to. You want to get to this point where you've got this income coming in every single month. Because when you have that income coming in every single month, you can kind of take a little bit of a breather and go, oh, okay, I've got this. It might be a subscription box. So, you know, if you sell a product, a physical product, how can you make that into a subscription box? You know, I used to get a gin subscription box. I mean, I've stopped it because I have so much gin now. I don't have any room in the cupboard. I know people that sign up for clothing subscription boxes. I was talking to someone I belong to like a little business boost that we meet every 3 months. And on Friday, we were talking to someone about creating an aromatherapy one, which has crystals, and each month is a oil that is made up, and it will be for like anxiety or calm or whatever from there. You can create a subscription out of any business. I've done it with my membership. It's a subscription. People pay me every single month, okay? That is guaranteed. Now, I do have people drop off. That's fine because it isn't an annual thing. It's a monthly thing. But that's perfectly fine. That's okay, because then I top it back up again, because I do get people that I invite. Because we only open it up the doors every 3 months to the membership, I do invite people invite only. So what I tend to find is, if, say, for example, 2 people leave for whatever reason, I will then open it up to 2 people on the waiting list and say, hi, just to let you know, you don't have to wait till September, October. You can join now if you want to, because we've had a couple of people leave. So you're creating something in your business where you're creating this kind of subscription that's giving you this income every single month. And that's what you want to kind of be creating in your business, because actually, it's not taking, these things aren't taking up much time. You've got to think about, well, actually, if I'm doing it for one person, could I do it for more people? And is it bringing in a business for you? So think about how you can do that as well. So yeah, just think about how you can do it. You know, there's lots of people that have a business and they kind of go, I'm not sure where this idea, you know, I'm not sure where this is going to go. Think about where your business can go to wherever you want it to go. You don't always have to think small, but you don't have to think massively as well. You can build it up. You know, you really can. And that's what you want to get to as well. So any other questions, let me know. Got a couple of minutes. Let me know if you're going to be joining live tomorrow, or if you're watching it on a replay. If you have watched this on a replay, give me a hashtag replay. We are live tomorrow at 9:30 again, and tomorrow we're going to be talking about social media platforms, which ones you should be on, which ones you shouldn't be on, and how to really maximize that consistency and visibility without getting like social media stress, because we can't be everywhere. There's over 100 social media platforms and you can't be everywhere. I'm not everywhere, so I wouldn't expect anyone else. And we're going to talk about what the right thing is to do for you, not what people are telling you to do, what the right thing is for you as well. And we're going to kind of switch that. So I'm just going to make sure we haven't got any other questions. If you have put a question in the message and I have missed it, or I've not seen it, please feel free to message me directly. Or if you have a question that you don't feel you're brave enough to ask on here, feel free to message me privately as well. I'm always open. If I don't come back to you straight away, that's fine. Only the reason why I say that is because I've got a networking event this morning that I'm off to, and we're just finalising some bits and pieces on the membership for because we open the doors for it on Wednesday, so just a bit busy with that. But yeah, I'm always open. So thank you so much for joining live. Really hope you took lots away from it. If you want to rewatch this, you can, because if you've got lots of little light bulb moments and you're thinking, oh, I'm not sure about that, I'm not sure about that, as I said, feel free to kind of ask me any questions that you have. And hopefully I shall see you tomorrow. And as I said, if you aren't available to watch it live tomorrow, you can watch it on the replay. And if you want to add people to the group, feel free to add them to the group as well and get them involved in the bootcamp also. So take care, everyone. Have a lovely rest of the day. I hope your weather's a bit better than what mine is. Mine's a bit dreary, but I do believe we have beautiful weather coming. I've looked at I'm off to a festival this weekend and it's going to be glorious sunshine. So I cannot wait. Bring on the weather. All right. Take care, everyone. See you later.